Hello and welcome to our wonderful series, which is named Reflections, Stories to Recharge and Rejuvenate. And today I am very happy to welcome our speaker, Arif Dawood. Arif is going to share about a story which is titled Power of the Mind to Create Transformation. And as he says, the story is about how a physical practice led to a realization of how powerful our mind can be to bring about a permanent transformation in our lives. Arif is an experienced mindfulness and meditation teacher with over 20 years of experience. He has facilitated extensive workshops in the corporate sector and for the UAE community for over a decade. He has been part of the team instrumental in establishing the Inner Space Meditation Center, which is the Brahma Kumaris in Abu Dhabi, UAE. Arif also offers private wellness mentoring for individuals and groups. So very eager to knowing what was it that you started practicing and how did it lead to the transformation. So hearty welcome, and it's over to you, Arif.
Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to be able to share my story. This story actually is set around a little bit after the COVID outbreak. And I was sitting with some friends at home and we were just talking and, chatting, having some meal. And I was just curious because at that time I needed to go and do my medical checkup. And I knew that my cholesterol levels were high. So I knew this would be a challenge. So I was preparing myself, you can say. And so I asked, my friends, has anybody had any experience of how, they could lower their cholesterol so that, you kind of take care of your health and, have a balanced levels of lipids. And I got a response, and luckily out of the 4 people, 2 of them said, yes, we have had experience. And I said, okay, so can you send me your results, if you don't mind, to show me like what kind of experience you had and what did you do? And both said, yes, we would like to help. And one of them actually sent me the reports. And I was very impressed to see what he had managed to achieve. And I said, if he can achieve, I can also do that. So I took up and I was curious and I asked him, for the details of how did he manage to achieve. So again, he was following a process and I didn't know exactly what he was doing, but he mentioned that there was some time where he was having a special diet. It was basic 10 days routine of almost raw food and juices. Okay. And I said, okay, that's something that I've done before. But let's try this out. So I said, I took up that the advice, and but he said, no, we're not going to do like that. We're going to go to the hospital first, take your tests, and then we will do the program, and then we'll go again after 10 days and check again. And I said, oh, okay, fine, that's even better. So he was very encouraging, and then he was sending me the things that I needed to prepare. He, in fact, helped me to buy the things that I needed to buy. And I was ready to go, and I started my special diet. And after 10 days, we went, of course, we had the initial test, and they were showing high levels of cholesterol and not enough of the good cholesterol. So we did the program, and he came on the 10th day. We went to see the doctor, and really the levels had gone down. However, my blood pressure was still playing, and it was a little bit on the high side. And I knew before also that it could possibly be. And the doctor had given me whatever medication that he prescribed. And I said, okay, thank you very much. And I'll go and, do some other work. So I started, after those 10 days, I started looking into how I can find ways, natural ways to reduce my blood pressure also. So this is how it all started. But I was not really aware of what's going to happen next, and what kind of things will be the result of what I started exploring. But I was encouraged. I had that energy that, okay, at least something has happened, and let me see what I can do more. I continued the diet, actually. So after completing the 10 days, I said, okay, I don't mind continuing to do the same program because it was healthy, and if it is useful, then why not continue? So I continued the same diet. As I was continuing to do this, there were other things that were happening. I was feeling more alert, I was feeling fresh, and I was feeling I was starting to lose weight. So within a short period of time, in a few months' time, I lost around 30 kilos. And it was not intentional, because my program had nothing to do with losing weight, but I lost 30 kilos. And that created like a sensation. Everybody was asking if I was well, if there was anything wrong. And some were asking, what happened to you? And, how did you manage to lose so much weight? And in my intention, there was not even any intention or even a thought that, I was aiming for, losing weight. It was not something that was bothering me. But nevertheless, I would, where it was appropriate, I would share with the people that were asking these questions, and I would tell them that I'm just following a particular diet and all that. But as I was doing this, there was something else which was more important, which was emerging in my mind, and has been quite a concern in my mind. I used to have a habit of, just taking some kind of food, particular kinds of food, at, very often, so my hands would reach out, whether I'm in the kitchen doing something, or whether I'm studying, or whether I'm doing anything. I was always trying to focus and at the same time getting distracted, because there was something I wanted to have. And I'd known about this before even, and I knew this was not hunger, because you might just have lunch or something, and then suddenly you feel that you want to eat nuts and chocolates or something like that. And I said, this is not normal, because I know I'm not hungry. So that practice that I started, which was purely for my health, kind of made me go and think deeper and think about, what is this that is driving me to feel that I need to eat something? Sometimes it was salty, sometimes it was, something with fat, starchy, carbs, bread, things like that. And I realized that these kind of pull were more to do with the way I felt. Okay, when I was tired, when there was something that I was worrying about, it used to be more regular. I used to crave for this kind of food. And I know, of course, I had checked it up and looked it up and saw that, yes, there is eating, based on your emotions. So I started exploring this habit that I noticed, and I said, let me just, kind of see what is going on, and two things actually happened. First thing is, somebody had suggested, doing some kind of fasting, and I thought it was a good idea. So there was a 9-day challenge of fasting where I went only on juice, and in between there was dry fasting also. So that was interesting because it gave me an opportunity to see this fasting close. Because I was at home, I didn't have to go anywhere. I could actually monitor myself very well and see my energy level and what was happening. So the juice fasting was interesting. I started the fasting very nicely and I enjoyed it because it wasn't too much of a trouble, except that habit of wanting to eat was curbed in some way because I had to just stick to what the juices that I had, and the juices was at a particular time. So I noticed that my hands would go and would try to, pick up something to munch. And my mind would say, no, you're not doing that because you're not supposed to, you are doing a special fast now. And 2-3 times it happened to me, like, my hands is moving, but my mind is telling it, no, come back. And it was very interesting how this dynamic was happening. And I never saw it really, in action, the way I saw it this time. And fasting is not something new because, in our culture, we usually have 1 month of fasting. So it's something that I know. But this one was different. So I actually went on a longer fast this time during this 9 days experiment. And I started noticing that as I started from the juice and to dry fast, I started noticing my energy was slightly down. I'm feeling a little bit weaker, on the first day. But on the second day, the opposite thing happened. I was feeling more energetic. I was feeling, like I didn't need to eat at all, And, I realized, oh, okay, this is interesting. And it was the first time, as I told you, I have been fasting for more than 40 years for a month, but I never really enjoyed it as much as I did this time, because now it was easy. I had so much time, I could do everything. At the same time, I felt very energetic and very alert. So I went through that period, and at that time, that's when I realized that in order for me to see something as tangible, sometimes you have to kind of be patient with it and see how it kind of manifests itself. So I was very patient and I said, okay, fine, let's see what happens. Okay, I feel tired now, let me rest, but let me continue. And I noticed another thing as I was doing this. If I worked, it was actually easier. I was getting more energy when I worked than when I slept. And in earlier times, in the earlier days, I used to try to sleep, okay? And now I'm working and I'm actually getting more energy, and I don't feel that desire to kind of pick anything and eat. So the experiment continued for some time, and then there was too much pressure. There were, people who, we socialize with, we go together and, we eat together. And they started kind of, commenting and saying that, no, I think, this is enough now, you need to stop this experiment. And I wasn't convinced, but at the same time, I had to kind of, just be with others, and that was a dimension that I never thought about earlier. That is not only about, me and my health, but eating is part of the social structure that we have. And it's a very important part because we bond and we discuss and we meet, and, so it's an important part. And, I had a role to play. So, it was nice to discover that, I needed to see that aspect as well. So I kind of created a balance. But what eventually I think I got from this time and this experiment was that I never went back to that old me who was always, craving for something. I noticed that had another impact on my mood, on the way I interacted, on my energy levels. It changed a lot, and it's. I thought it was quite easy, and I thought that this can be done by anyone, So the experiment that started with just physical, simple diet ended up with a big realization for myself that not only this particular habit, any habit, if I am patient and if I am just watching it, so what I would do when I felt hungry, what I would do is I would just wait instead of just going to eat. I mean, this is post all the diet and the fasting and all that. So what I would do is I wouldn't immediately go and reach out to eat. If I felt that I need to eat something, I would just wait for a little while and I would see how I feel. And within a few minutes, I noticed that if it was hunger, it went away. If it was this one, and I didn't think about it at all. Maximum, what I would do is I would drink a glass of water, and I would stick to the meals that I had planned, just 1 or 2 meals a day. And that was perfect. So the question that was intriguing to me and to my friends is that how long will I be able to continue with this? And now it's been 3 years and I haven't gone back. My weight has been stable, is stable in the same place. I met those who were complaining about, I was feeling, I looked too skinny. They are happy now because I don't look as I used to in between. And I'm happy because I know this is the lifestyle now. So it's something that is a permanent transformation and something that I think I can replicate in many areas of my life. Just being a little bit mindful, a little bit focused, and determination. Just to keep going and see that level where you feel that, okay, now I can relax. So very easy, very simple, and I think very successful success story that I feel definitely has given me the courage to try to replicate it in other areas of my life. And maybe it might encourage you as well. So thank you.
Yeah, that's such a wonderful story and such an inspiring experience, actually. I was just thinking that there may be so many viewers out there who have been, struggling to, get into good health in a way and try diets and things. But it's mainly more about the power of your mind. So it's not about the hunger, because the body doesn't need it, but the mind feels I need it. And once we realize that, victory is on your side, as you have so nicely shared today. And I was about to ask this question, are there any other areas that you're going to experiment with? And if there is a list you have already made.
Yeah. So I think this can be done in any area. And the way I have a process which I use now is feel the feeling. Hold and feel the feeling when whatever, like if there's some habit that you don't like, let's say, sometimes maybe you get angry. Instead of focusing on the anger, focus on the feeling that you have at that time. And that's what I do. So I just turn myself, just like as I said, if I'm hungry, okay, let me look at this hunger. If I'm angry, let me look at this anger. And hungry and angry also are very much connected. So when you're hungry, you feel angry. But anything that, any experience that seems to be difficult, if you become mindful and if you just watch it for some time, the nature of that experience starts changing. But the challenge is that, will I be able to watch it? Will I be able to stay with it without any judgment, without any, pushing it away, just to hold it for some time?
That's very interesting. And you just reminded me of this phrase, which, my mother used to tell me all the time as a child, like whenever I was irritated or showing tantrums, she would just say, an angry man is a hungry man is always angry. So it was like, so, it's like connected there. So yeah, I think, just holding for a few moments can actually make that change. And do you think, since you've been practicing meditation for quite some time now, do you think that has helped you with this transformation?
Oh, yes. Yes, for sure. You see, the thing is, sometimes we do all this meditation practice, and then, there is meditation practice and there is life. But life and meditation practice go together. And I noticed that when we use this practice in real life situation, that's when we notice the value. Of course, I could only do it because meditation was just a practice that I would do. But then practically, how does that translate? It translates into this kind of experiments. And it's very easy for those who are already meditating to bring meditation into real situation. When you have a real situation, when you are a real concern, at that point of time, that's where, you need that meditation to help you move to the next level.
Great. So could I request you to take us into a little meditation experience so viewers also can, get a little taste of that beautiful journey?
Yeah, sure. So I will share with you this process, which again, as I was mentioning, it's about bringing mindfulness in whatever experience you are going through, any kind of difficult emotion, any kind of feeling that is not easy for you, or feeling that is, you feel that it is not useful for you. So it could be pleasure or pain or anything like that. And let's practice how we can actually bring mindfulness into that situation and transform it. So just sit relaxed. And this practice, as I said, you can do it in the middle of that moment where, if you have an opportunity to practice it, or after something has happened, bring that memory of whatever the incident that triggered any particular emotion. And just, you can start by observing your breath. Breath coming in, breath going out. Breath coming in, breath going out. So So just remember any particular difficult moment that you might have gone through. Maybe something happened at home, at work, or maybe while you were traveling on the road. As you bring this moment into your awareness, without going too much into the details, just to remember that something had happened. Take your focus into your body and try to see if you can locate any point within your body where that emotion is being felt. Might be on your forehead, could be somewhere around your neck area, shoulders, maybe your throat. Somewhere around your chest or stomach. Any part of your body that you feel that particular emotion is being reflected. If you are able to find that location, just take your attention to that part of the body and see what kind of sensations do you feel on that part of your body. Just try to be there, again, without judgment, just observing. How do you feel? How does it feel? What kind of sensations are present in that part of your body? Just gently be with it. Just like a child who is crying for attention. All the child that needs at that point of time is just for you to be there, to be present totally, and to be aware. In the same way, these emotions, the only thing that it needs is your attention, your awareness, acknowledgement, and acceptance. It's okay. I'm there with you. I see you. And very soon, you'll probably start realizing that that sensation is already changing, and maybe even the feeling is changing. Just be present. There is no need to do anything. Just being aware. So now come back and take a deep breath in through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. So together, taking a deep breath through your nose and then through your mouth, slowly, gently. Another breath through your nose and then gently through your mouth. And the last time through your nose and slowly, and come back in the present moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Arif. That was wonderful. So we'll keep continuing our meditation practice and increasing the power of our minds. And I'm sure we'll be able to bring many, many transformations and make our lives happier and happier by the day. So thank you for sharing the wonderful experience with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And for our online viewers, if you would like to know more about us, please do visit our website, which is www.brahmakumaris.org.au. This website has all the details of our programs and events, and you can contact us through this website as well. So thank you once again for joining, and have a wonderful life and a happy life. Om Shanti.